G'day guys, welcome back to our channel. We're going to go through some of the equipment that we carry. Got a little bit of a theme going with it. Alright, so we're going to go through some of the items that we carry in our little to-go bag. This changes and it varies depending on where we're going. In Canada, we carried a lot more different things, and here in Australia, we're now adapting to what we need. But there is a little trend, and I'd like to show you something. So this here is a folding little retractable wood saw. We carry this, okay? It's got a little clip on it. You can put it on your belt. It's safe. It all stows away. There's no sharp edges. All right, Anton, what color's that?
Orange.
Orange, okay. We've got our little hatchet here. All right, once again, it's in a cover. It's quite safe, and it's got, what color's that?
Orange.
It's got some orange on it. We've got a ferro rod with a little whistle. Okay, once again, what color is it?
Orange and black.
Got a bit of orange on it. A knife, once again, what color?
Orange.
Orange. Okay, so what we're covering today is the difference between buying camouflage gear because it's tactical, as opposed to buying something with a bit of colour on it that you can find if you drop it in the bush. Because let's face it, camouflage is only good if you're hiding from somebody. The last thing you want is your ferro rod to be hiding from you. Alright, so the wind's starting to pick up a little bit. We're actually hiking today, so we're going to move off from here.
Dad, did you hear that? It sounds like it's coming from over there.
Hear what? What was it?
I heard it growl.
Alright guys, so could be a dog, could be something, but look, I've actually had a feeling there's something been, I've had a feeling that there's something watching us. So anyway, we're going to move on. There's probably people everywhere. I'll see you at the next spot. Alright, so we're just going to move up here someday. And I want to demonstrate a couple other things while we're out here. So we'll find another little spot and we'll continue on from there. Alright, so this here's a little bum bag, little quick carry bag. There's a fair bit of stuff in this one little bag that I carry. Okay, so I call this hoochie cord. I don't know what you guys over there call it elsewhere, but it's not paracord, okay? It can only be used for a few little things, but it's super light and super strong. So I'll carry some of that there. What colour is that?
Orange.
Orange. So some really light little orange cordage. I'll tie this onto things that I don't want to lose.
Little man as young.
For example, that, right? That blends in quite well. The orange cordage definitely does not blend in. I have pulled apart some paracord, and there's some of the cordage out of that paracord.
Me find little man of fire and water.
This is one of the best ones I've got.
Dad, I heard it again.
Heard what?
The growl.
Look, whatever. There's always animals out in the Australian bush. We'll just move on. It can't be. This little guy here, once again, is orange. Has a whistle on it. Has a little striker bar on there. Also has inside it a little storage compartment, and in there is more fibres from out of a paracord that are actually flammable. And I hate to say it, this is one of my best ferro rods I've got. Moving on, knives. You always got to have knives, right? More knives the better. We love knives. Australia doesn't love knives. We love knives. Got two knives. They're not orange. And a compass, a really crappy little compass, and later on I might even show you the way to find north. We'll probably set the little crappy compass besides north. You hear it again. And a crappy little multi-tool. Okay, it does have its uses. I didn't want to throw it out, so why not put it in here? Last but not least, a space blanket. They've got a really proper name. I don't know what that name is, I don't care. It's a space blanket. You wear that when you're cold, and it does warm you up quite well. All right. Yeah, look, we might keep moving. Right, guys, just a quick one on what I'm actually using to film at the moment. So at the moment here, my main camera is my Tank 2 by Unihertz. Okay, it's a Chinese manufactured phone. It's super tough. It's got a 3-day battery life. It's got a projector in it. It doesn't help with filming, but it is one hell of a tough phone. The other camera I'm using is obviously...
Dad,
I need the water.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? The other one I'm using is my GoPro 9. I've got an 11 as well, but I find the software's glitching on it a bit. This is more simple to use, so I'll use this. Nice little spot down in there. Might wander down in there.
I see him.
So Anton's having a field day anyway. Loving it, aren't you, buddy?
Ish.
Yeah.
Sorta. I keep getting this feeling.
This is a bit weird. Christmas tree ornaments on a Wonder whose Christmas tree this is. Obviously don't know how to celebrate Christmas too well. There's no presents under the tree. That's a bit creepy, isn't it? Oh, fuck, I don't want to disturb it.
Dad.
Yeah, I know, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Nah, no good. We're just down at this little billabong at the moment. Where we're camping tonight is going to be a little bit further away from the water source. It's going to be quite dry and arid, so I thought, well, while we're down here, I might make a little bit of content of just some of the things we carry. And look, there's one little fucking Gucci thing I brought, and I didn't think it was going to be much use, but since buying it, I've used it a heap. Processing firewood is a lot quicker than you'd think, especially if it's dry. A little handsaw, little hand chainsaw. I actually made one of these years ago.
Take my fire.
Put two toggles either end. However,
I wait for dark.
that are reversed on each other, so it'll cut both ways. Where a standard chainsaw will only cut one direction, which is fine. It'll work. It does work. This is just twice as quick, I sort of think. There's Canadian Tire brand. It was pretty cheap. You know, you're walking through there, bored on a Saturday, and you see something like that on the shelf, and you buy it, and you think, hell, why not? Give it a go. So there's that. One of the other cameras I use is a trail cam. This is Wi-Fi as well, so you can check your footage off your phone, you can check it remotely and monitor it remotely. So
I should have just bloody subscribed.
You set it up at night around your camp, make sure you capture any critters cruising around. Life straw, I've always got some sort of form of off-the-shelf water purification. No good for salt water. Yeah, if you find a creek or even a puddle where it's recently rained and captured it and you're worried about the settlement at the bottom of the rock face.
Just so you all know, Can Aussie Outdoors didn't pay me to appear in this film.
Now, this guy. So comes in a leather sheath. It's got a hole. It's got a drill bit and it's got a tapered shank on it.
This Can Aussie Outdoors is a real Aussie survivalist.
I've used it into a couple of bits of processed firewood.
He isn't one of these 24-hour overnight guys.
Hoochie cord, an actual roll of hoochie cord, as you see right there. It's not paracord, it is hoochie cord. It is super strong. I remember as a kid in Army Cadets and that, frothing over it and getting all excited that we scored some hoochie cord off the reserves. And then I remember being a reservist and having miles of hoochie cord. So we used to use this a lot to put up our camp shelters, things like that. Cheap cap lamp, they're dime a dozen. They are getting pretty cool now.
Now this is living, isn't it? Subscribe and thanks for watching.
Yeah, so if you made it this far, thanks for watching. That's generally what we carry day-to-day basis, regardless of what we're doing. If we're out in the bush, we'll take a bag with us and chuck some stuff in. You got 2 kids, you got to look after them. So, yep, made it this far. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, share it amongst your friends. We don't have any, so share it amongst yours, please. See you in the next one.